Hello everyone, and welcome back to Deck Save, the Taldorei Adventures. I'm Andrew, and Andrew Lightwood, and I'll be your DM. And around the table we have...
Name and character, please.
Forgot my name. Austin Malico, and I play Wayfair.
Who am I today? William Marlowe, and I play Morzog.
Brianna Harris, and I play Note.
Jonah, and I play Walter.
Last time we left our heroes, they had just made their way into the city, the far northern city of Whitestone, where Percival Dorolo had started his Innovations Festival. Upon seeing the sights and interacting with the vendors and trying to haggle with a very expensive pearl necklace, there seemed to have been an attack when some clockwork men that were on display malfunctioned, in a sense, and tried to attack innocent people. Our four intrepid adventurers stepped in to kind of save the day. They were brought to Castle Whitestone in front of Lord Percival Dorolo himself and gave a little bit of a statement, and then were proposed with a business opportunity of sorts to track down and find the cause of a series of deaths that have been happening in the Parchwood that the Grey Hunt just can't seem to get their head around. After a long trek through the road leading south and through part of the Parchwood, they made their way to a series of caves at the bottom of the what are those mountains called? At the southern tip of the mountains north of Whitestone.
You're doing great.
And and after inspecting a lot of the caves with the Alabaster Sierras, there we go.
There you go.
And after inspecting some of the caves and not finding anything, they were then approached. A voice from behind them asking them who exactly the fuck they are. And that's kind of where we left off.
And he responded.
Yes. Yes, you did. What you guys see as you're all kind of there, two gentlemen, both exceedingly tall, somewhere around the area of like 6'2", 6'3".
That's a big son of a bitch.
One of them is, hey, you're really tall. One of them is kind of a sun-kissed skin with some dark brown hair. Both of these guys, by the way, as far as musculature, are specimens. Like, they are... You can see the tunics that they wear are kind of loose-fitting, but the sleeves are rolled up, and the forearms and the bottom part of the bicep that you see are exceedingly just huge. The shorter one is not really sun-kissed skin, just but not really pale either. And he has like a sandy blonde hair, and is holding currently a very large axe in his hand, kind of slung over his shoulder. The man with the sun-kissed skin is the one that is addressing you.
I asked him who he was.
Well, from where I stand, I ask you first.
It's rude to ask someone else's name without introducing yourself first.
Well, you're encroaching on my land.
Eat shit.
Where does it say it's your land?
This conversation's quickly becoming a confrontation. Come on now.
I mean, yeah, land, caves, got it.
You here to rob us?
I don't see anything of
Investigate.
value, so...
What exactly am I gonna take?
And Lord Percival, what did it? I want to say some of what Lord Percival said in his voice.
Oh,
Invest-
you're mentioning the killings.
Or I'm saying investigate the, yeah.
Okay. Whenever you mention the killings, and even bring up Lord Percival's voice, you kind of see the kind of shorter one in the back, the axe, instead of resting on his shoulder, and what seemed kind of to be as a intimidating presence or an imposing, like, I might use this. He then slings it down and kind of adjusts his grip on it. And the taller man is now kind of like working his jaw a little bit. We ain't got nothing to do with that. Now,
Insight?
sure, you can make an insight check.
That's my insight. Oh. Ooh, starting off strong with a 15.
Just 15?
It was 12 plus 3.
Hard to read. You can tell that now they're like getting concerned. But we ain't got nothing to do with that. Now,
Have you heard anything? Or seen anything?
don't know nothing.
What are you doing up on the mountain?
Live here.
I can see that. What's your business around this mountain? What do you do?
Live. Survive.
Mm-hmm.
What I gotta do.
How long have y'all been up here?
Getting awful nosy there, friend.
Yeah.
Awful nervous there, big fella, ain't you?
Ain't got nothing to be nervous about.
Your body language says different.
Something's been up here having a field day with poor folk, and you guys seem to be doing just fine.
He turns to the other guy, and you see his mouth move. He kind of whispers something, and the guy with the axe kind of moves around all of you and starts making for the cave where you saw the backpack and the one that's being lived in.
I'm gonna put myself between him and the entrance. Just gonna kind of shadow. 6'10".
Christ. He stops in front of you, and you two are just kind of having a stare down. Can I get an intimidation check from you?
Oh, that ain't gonna be worth a fuck. My charisma's god awful. 19, bitch.
Seems it was worth a fuck.
You can you can see that as you two are kind of staring at each other, he's kind of like adjusting his footing a little bit, but he's standing as firm as he possibly can. But you are imposing. You are a brick wall, friend.
Trying to be here.
I actually want to cast.
Look, you're either gonna arrest us or you're gonna leave. This is our spot,
We just wanted to talk. You're the one getting confrontational.
and we ain't got nothing to do with what you're asking about.
Doesn't mean you gotta be confrontational about it. But you sitting over here acting squirrely.
I want to cast Zone of Truth.
You can cast Zone of Truth.
I can cast Zone of Truth.
Do it.
I want to cast Zone of Truth.
What?
And I want to ask him. So you guys know absolutely nothing about what's going on up here.
Hold on.
Wait, do I have to roll?
Hold on.
No, hang on. Baby. dost thou have the player's handbook?
I got you, Drew, if you need it.
I just need no casting time. One action, 60 foot. I'll say, because you're just casting this, I would say you would all be in this circle. So I need everyone to make a charisma saving throw.
Why you gotta do me like that? My charisma sucks. Quit it.
I'm sorry.
I
Drew
rolled,
20'd it. Watch.
I rolled an 11.
Yeah. I rolled a 4.
I got a 9 big shits.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's your spell. Yeah.
Good, because it wasn't good.
What's your spell save DC? I'm sure it's. Look on your second page on your spell save. It's at the top.
14.
14. You rolled
I rolled a 9.
9.
I had 6 minus 2, so 4.
And you rolled an 11 plus what, Brie?
2.
11 plus 2, so 30. Ooh, you just fail. So everybody fails,
I'll yeet you. You piss me off.
including these two guys. I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Oh, it's gonna be a good day, Cotton.
So all of you, if asked all of you except you, and if you are asked a question, you are compelled to give the truth.
For how long?
Well,
A minute.
you can
No.
avoid answering the question which would normally respond with a lie. Such creatures
Yeah.
can be evasive.
You can not answer.
Yeah, I don't have to give you an answer. If I answer, I have to tell you the truth.
Alright.
10 minutes.
What? 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
So what was asked? Somebody asked something.
So you know absolutely nothing about what's been going on up here in these mountains with these disappearances and murders.
The taller guy's doing all the talking. The shorter guy hasn't said shit and is just staring him down. The taller guy looks at you and just goes, and seems to get like really choked whenever he basically tries to repeat the line he's been saying.
Ask the small one.
Alright, so I'll look at the small one and be like, what about you, little fella? How about you over there? What you
Small
about
one.
to say?
6'2". Small one.
I don't want you. Nope. Nope.
The other guy doesn't answer.
Doesn't answer.
Just continues to stare at the orc. Morzog, you can now see he's got like a fucking death grip on that axe.
Trying to keep this from being confrontational here, but you're making it really hard, friend.
The taller guy, after getting choked on his answer, just looks over and says, "The fuck did you do?" And is like not addressing you specifically, just looking around.
It'd be nice to know now, wouldn't it?
How tall are these guys again? 6'2" and what?
6'2", the other guy's like a couple inches taller, maybe like 6'4"-ish, 6'5", something like that. They are tall motherfuckers. When he asks that of, who the fuck, what the fuck's going on, you can see that on his arms, it seems like the hair is getting thicker.
Oh, shit. Well,
As he's now become agitated. More so than usual.
did y'all see that? Y'all see that hairy ass arm?
Morzog, you're seeing the same thing on the other guy.
I don't know if I got a razor, but I'd be more than happy to let you borrow it.
I feel like this is going to end badly if I do something here.
Morzog, as you're staring this guy down, your eyes shift a little bit to look at the other guy for like just a split second. And when you look over at the guy you've been staring down, he has taken a step back and has hefted the axe and is taking a swing at you. What is your armor class?
17.
I rolled a 24 to hit.
Okay.
You fucking son of a... I don't use this dice very often. There. There. You take 12 points of slashing damage
Okay.
from the axe that he's using, as the fur around, or the hair around his arms has now gotten really thick. His muscles have gotten even thicker, and he has started growing a couple inches. The taller guy is doing the same thing as this transformation is starting to take hold. And you can see that the smaller guy has just taken a nice chunk out of Morzog's shoulder with the axe that he was wielding. And the larger gentleman is starting to... His head starts to misshape, his mouth pulls out into a muzzle, and his entire body is covered in fur as he forms into a large bear-like entity that is standing on long hind legs.
Solstein.
And I need everybody to roll initiative, please.
Oh boy.
12?
12.
I need 25 to 20.
6.
20 to 15.
17.
I'm just dead set on going fucking last.
15 to 10.
12.
12.
Oh, good.
Who has
Lucky.
the higher dexterity modifier? pretty
Probably
sure I know.
me.
I
She's
thought-
she's a 20. I mean, really, you're gonna...
Yeah, after I said that, I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to that. Note, Wayfair. Will, you said you were 17, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a 19. And you said you're a 6?
Yeah.
You get to go before this guy because he rolled a natural 1.
Yeah, there you go.
We live to suck another day.
So, the first guy has already taken a nice little chunk out of you. The bigger guy makes a bum rush for you. And
Okay,
he's not wielding anything, but you can see his hands have now grown out into these humongous claws that are like, I don't know, maybe a good like a couple inches just coming from his hands.
and I scream. just so everybody knows.
God damn, this is rolling good. He rolled a 26 to hit. What's your armor class?
13.
So that'll hit.
No.
And you take... You take 8 points of slashing damage as he closes the distance in almost like a fraction of a second and rakes his claws right across your armor. Morzog, your turn.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Is Zone of Truth concentration?
Yeah, I believe so.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
We'll double check. I think it is, ain't it?
I don't think it was. Hold on. I had it pulled up.
Bottom of the
book.
list. Bottom
Yeah,
of the list.
bottom of the list.
Yes.
I think it's the only thing in Z's.
I think there was another one too.
Really?
Zephyr Strike.
Ah.
Casting, range, components, duration 10
It's not
minutes.
concentration.
Not concentration? Okay, never mind then. So the Zone of Truth is still pulsing beneath of you, but
Yeah, like it matters at the moment.
it doesn't matter. I mean, you now see true intentions and what the hell is going on.
Mm-hmm.
They do that a lot. They're yin and yang.
Oh!
away.
I don't
You
know.
rolled like shite.
I think you should keep that one. Just my personal opinion.
My gold one's rolling like I've rolled 19s like 3 times at this point.
I'll take that one away from you though.
No.
Can't have that.
We're gonna try ID insinuation.
Excuse me.
ID insinuation.
What is that?
You unleash a torrent of conflicting desires in the mind of a creature you can see within range, impairing its ability to make decisions. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be incapacitated. At the end of each of the turns, it takes 1d12 psychic damage and then can make another wisdom saving throw. On success, the spell ends on the target.
What's your spell save DC?
That one's 11.
11. You rolled 17.
Yeah, fair enough.
17 plus fucking plus 1.
Plus 1. Well, that's good to know.
Bonus action? Or was that a bonus action?
No, that's a action.
Yeah.
Do. I think that's gonna be it for now.
So you...
I'd give it a go.
Your hands kind of move in some obscure symbols or gestures, and you see this one big rune appear in the air and just kind of flash and disappear. Nothing happens, and you're just kind of like, oh, fuck.
Worth a shot.
Nope.
Who am I closer to? Bad guy wise.
You would be closer to... Because you two were investigating the cave, so you're closer to
Yeah,
his
me and
guy.
you were closer.
I'm going to attack.
Okay.
Dagger first.
Are you getting on the other side of the guy?
He's engaged with me. She has advantage anyway.
That's fair. You would have advantage on the strike.
Here. Roll 2.
Roll
Roll
2.
2, take the higher.
Oh, okay.
You have advantage.
Advantage is you roll 2d20s, you take the higher, and disadvantage is the opposite.
15.
15 total?
Well, what's your bonus to hit
Oh, bonus 2.
on your daggers?
Your proficiency and your dexterity.
That's plus 7.
Plus 7?
Yes.
Mhm.
That definitely hits.
Okay, and then my dagger is 1d4 plus 5.
And you get sneak attack, because
Yeah.
you had advantage on the target.
Sneak attack is 2d6.
So add your 1d4... Do your 1d4 plus your dexterity modifier.
2, so
7.
7.
7?
Mhm.
Alrighty. And then add your 2d6. That does not get any bonuses, it's just the 2d6.
That's still a lot.
That's
It can be.
At early levels, it's nice, yes.
5 and 6.
11. Does the stabby stabs.
I just stabbed him in a really good spot.
Oh, Christ. Okay.
Butt stabber.
So, as he's sitting there and as Morzog's trying to cast a spell and you see it just kind of dissipate, nothing happens, and he's cursing, you kind of slide around behind the this werebear-like entity and 1,000 Years of Pain style shove the dagger into his butt.
Left cheek! Left cheek!
And you just hear it, roar! That would be Wayfarer's turn.
Bonus action? Question mark?
Oh, do you get a bonus action?
I usually get a rapier.
Yeah, sure, go
Okay.
ahead.
I didn't know if that still did.
You will not get sneak attack on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of knows you're there at the moment.
He
Does he
now
still get
is
advantage,
full-
though?
Yes, but you don't get the sneak attack, but because you're still flanking.
Oh, okay. 18.
That'll hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That'll do it.
Rapier is 1d8 plus 5. That's this one.
Yes.
6 plus 5, so
Another
11.
11.
Oh, 11?
Mhm.
Okay. Alrighty.
So when I got
See,
smacked, was I
teamwork.
hit
This is why I'm
back?
tank.
Was
You
I
do all the
like, stand
damage.
my ground,
Look at
knocked
that.
down?
You kind of stumbled back. You're now kind of bleeding in some spots from your torso. Your armor, thankfully, was there to kind of save most of your skin, but you can now see blood kind of pouring through your tunic.
Oh, that's my favorite shirt.
Mama Ruby's been happy.
I know. I don't know how to get blood out.
Club soda.
I can't.
I kind of want to... Okay, so it's close enough to hit me, so with the momentum of it smacking me, I kind of want to do like a back roll. And whenever I come up, I want to jut my rapier out straight ahead.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d20 to attack. Add your proficiency and your dexterity.
So
Woo!
16,
There you go. See,
That was
my dex-
that was not a 1, and I'm proud of it.
it was
It's the
almost
tray.
bad.
It's the tray.
That's something.
Okay, what was I supposed to roll? So 16 and
16 plus your proficiency, which is 2,
then 2.
plus
17,
your
18,
dexterity.
22.
20.
Wait, no. 18, 20.
20? 20 will hit. So go ahead and roll damage for your rapier, whatever your rapier says.
D8.
And then add your dexterity to that.
The ability modifier?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'd be 9.
9.
9.
So as you look down and you see the blood pouring through your tunic a little bit, you kind of take a tiny jump back, flip out your rapier, and do a giant lunge, and you see the blade just kind of disappears into a part like kind of off to the side of a lung, and you can see some blood coming from the wound, and being a rapier, it just kind of slips right back out.
I'm
And
so
you
proud.
just,
His first damage.
yeah, round of applause.
There's
there,
no
right?
tree.
Round of
There's
applause.
no trees.
He looks down and sees the blood kind of soak into the fur a little bit, looks up at you.
I throw a wink his way and smile.
Walter, your turn.
Alright. I don't even know where the fuck I am.
You are, you're a couple of feet, you're about 5-10 feet off from Wayfarer's werebear that he's currently now engaged with. And you can see about 15 feet away from you, maybe 20 feet more like, Note and Morzog are currently double teaming another one.
Ooh.
I've had worse Saturdays.
Right? What? Never mind.
Oh boy. So with him, is it like bear him?
No, it's him, bear. He's closer to you.
He's closer to me.
Yep.
Okay. We're by some caves, right? Am I to assume there's like a couple pebbles on the ground I can pick up?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Yeah, there would be loose rock and pebbles and some boulders off to the side just from natural rockfall and...
Fucking catapult.
Excuse me?
I can learn catapult.
Catapult.
Yes.
No, I didn't think you were going to use it for that, but okay.
Alright. What does catapult say exactly?
Say exactly. I take something that weighs between something that's light that I
Sure.
can just pick up and yeet,
Sure.
and it hits with the force of 40 rhinos.
Okay.
Paraphrasing.
Sure. So, is that attack roll?
Yeah, I have to hit him with it.
Gotcha. Okay, go ahead and roll an attack roll and add your spellcasting attack modifier.
Fuck. 12 altogether.
12 hits.
Let's get it.
Hey.
Well, what you hit has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, has to make a
Oh.
dex saving throw.
Sure.
And I get 3 d8s
What's your DC?
for what? For 13.
Okay, yeah, that's a hard fail.
Hard.
Hard fail.
I'm sending this bear to the fucking mountains.
8 plus 0.
Um,
That's a D10.
that's a D10.
It's the diamond one.
Do you have 3d8s?
No. 3d8 bludgeon damage.
How many you have? 2, 1.
I got 1. Here. Thanks, bud.
You want to take mine? It rolled a 6 earlier.
We got this.
Wait, you cast that at first level?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did not know that was a first level spell.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's 18 bludgeon damage.
Shit. Damn.
I don't remember what happens if it fails the throw. I didn't write that down. I just wrote down that
If he fails it, it just hits him and just kind of falls to the ground, whatever you threw. It doesn't actually form any kind of impact.
fuck this bear.
So
Get rocked by a pebble. Eh.
So
Increase
you
that
pick up
1d8
the
for
small
small
pebble
level.
and chant some arcane words and flick it, and you can hear almost the sound of like a bullet just, and it smacks into his shoulder, and he actually takes like 2 steps back, and that's probably gonna like leave a fucking welt. He
18 points of damage out of a better legal
That's
welt.
more the
he
welding
rolls
shoots.
in your general direction.
He also failed the first. So we.
Yeah.
He's
Oh wait, does he actually go prone?
No.
Okay.
no.
No.
It just
No
Yeah,
knockdown or incapacitation,
he-
just kind of
he-
smacks things.
He took it like a champ and took a couple steps back and is now in severe pain.
I forget what happens if you fail it.
Nothing. Because the object's supposed to take damage too, but we're just going to say that the rock probably shattered when it hit him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that pebble has 18 points of health.
The object and the thing I hit take the damage.
Yeah, so whatever he picks up and throws.
The one that you two are double teaming,
Mm-hmm.
after getting stabbed in the ass, flips around and swings his big ass axe. Oh my god! Swings his big axe at you. That is a 19 to hit.
No.
No.
Wait, yes.
Yes,
Sorry,
okay.
wrong one.
Yes.
Wrong
I was
one.
gonna say, God damn.
Wrong one.
So he takes a big lumbering swing with it, and does. Where'd it go? Oh, that would be 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Just takes it closer, lower to the ground, and just woof, and the blade strikes you right in the shoulder and kind of sends you tumbling a little bit. You managed to right yourself, but now you can see there's blood coming from underneath of your leather armor.
Yes.
That's just kind of soaking into some of your feathers on your arm. Then the one that's attacking Wayfarer is going to go ahead and claw you again. I don't think he's going to with an 8. 8 plus 7,
15.
15. 15 hit?
My armor class is 13.
13. Gotcha.
I'm kind of surprised the pebble shattering his shoulder didn't get his attention.
That is 6 damage. As he rakes another claw. It was his left hand.
God damn it.
Doing alright?
I mean, I just got hit by a bear twice. How would you feel?
Morzog, your turn.
Okay, now he's done pissed me off. Okay, scimitar time. We're going to smack some bitches.
Okay. Thing.
I get advantage because he's with her.
Yeah, mhm.
Okay. You switch targets. This is your fault.
Mhm.
Nat 20, bitch.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So, as he...
My other one was a 3, by the
as
way.
as he just takes a big swing around, and you see
Something
you see Note just kind of go tumbling off a little couple feet away. You now have this prime area of just shoulder blade,
Hard
rib
practice.
cage. Like in that split second, you go for what should be the killing blow here.
And this is double damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Double the dice,
Mm-hmm.
and then add your modifiers afterwards.
So that's 15.
15 damage.
Mm-hmm.
This fucking poor bear is getting dominated.
Oh, no, he's about to get wrecked.
I can't do math today. Ow.
I'd take the low-hanging fruit there normally, but
Uh-huh, right?
So-
I'll let it go this time.
As he takes his big swing, and you now have just prime area of like shoulder blade, back of the rib cage. You're just like, whoo, stab, and he is now roaring in pain and swings back around towards you.
Again.
Not the best idea.
Again, yeah,
I've
go
been
ahead.
drinking it.
Okay.
Oh, that's bad. That's 13.
13 hits.
There we go.
I hit with a 12, but
Yeah, well,
They're werebears. They're
Yeah.
big. They're a lot of hit points. Not a lot of armor class.
that's 5.
5.
Yep.
5 damage total.
Mm-hmm. It's only 1d6 plus 3. Because I don't get my proficiency bonus, so...
Oof. You can hear
Surge.
as he. Oh shit. Okay. So he's still living, but you can hear wheezing underneath of as he's breathing. You probably punctured a lung.
19.
19 hits.
That's another 6.
Yeah, how do you want to do that? Because he's already weak and he's trying to lift the axe above his head to counterattack against you, and he just can't.
How do I want to do this? I'm gonna take it off at the head.
Sure.
Take it off. It's their scimitars. Take it off at the head.
So as he's trying to lift it, you just look at him and he kind of looks pathetic as he's trying to lift this axe, but the wound you had given him before is just too much pain, and you take the 2 scimitars in a cross section and just the head goes tumbling off, the body falls to the ground, and you can see all of the fur that was once there retracts, and the entire body goes back to its humanoid form.
I was about to ask do they stay in that halfway transformation?
No,
or
when
do
a
they-
lycanthrope dies, they revert back to their human form.
I'm taking my big lumbering ass over to the other one now. I still have my movement, so come here, poke me.
So you step over his body and just start walking toward the other one.
I mean,
no,
it's-
your turn. You just watch Morzog just decapitate this dude, and the head is sitting like at your feet, just staring up at you with a just this
Well,
weird look
I've
on
got.
his face.
How far away am I from the other one?
About 10, 15 feet. I swear to God, this will be a lot more accurate when we have minis.
No,
Mine hasn't even shipped yet, and I'm pissed.
His
mine
got to New
shipped
York,
back.
and it got to New York, and then went back to Russia.
What the fuck?
Failed customs?
I guess.
What the,
Wow, that's shitty.
Pulls out a tiny little plastic figure. Nope, send it back.
Anthrax, send it back.
Rip.
Anthrax.
Coronavirus, send it back.
God.
I'm not mad. I'm mad.
I'm mad.
Fuck.
This will be a lot more accurate when we have minis. I promise you.
Yeah, first
I'm
couple
so sorry.
first couple episodes is always a little rough. We're fine.
Yeah, I'm keeping it as accurate as I can.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Figure it out.
You guys have a 30-foot movement. Most everything you've encountered so far has been in close range. You're doing fine.
I'm gonna move up next to him
Sure.
so I can be there to help if somehow it doesn't go well. And I'm going to. Am I close enough next to him to attack bad guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It uses like half your movement to get there. You're good.
Yeah, I think your movement's 30 like mine
And
is.
you'll have advantage on this
Okay.
because he is threatening.
Because this bear has a fucking hate boner for the bard.
Nat 20.
Nat 20!
Oh shit!
Yeah!
Okay. So
And she didn't even roll for advantage, she just rolled 1.
that'll work. Can't get any higher than that. So roll your d4.
1.
2.
Okay, so 2 plus your dexterity modifier.
Dexterity modifier is plus 5, so 7.
So, okay. And then you can make, or roll your 2d6 for your sneak attack, and you'll double those two.
Yes.
Ouch.
7, 14.
Ugh. Fuck.
Butt stabber.
We work in tandem, we tend to kill things.
Oh, ow.
We do a lot of damage.
So you see Wayfair has been slashed twice, is bleeding profusely from the chest, and you take off running as fast as you can, make a little hop, and shove your dagger right into the ribs. And you see just a nice gush of blood come out, and it is now the blood is now coating your hand and up a little bit of your wrist. You yank it out, and he makes this furious roar as he starts to turn around, noticing you there now.
Still alive.
You have a bonus action if you want to.
Sure.
You're on a technicality. You're doing this kind of backwards. It should be rapier first and then dagger. It doesn't matter though because it all works.
Yeah.
Because the dagger is a light finesse weapon, you can make a bonus action attack.
17.
That hits.
Yeah,
that
fires.
hits. Sorry. The AC is 11.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He's a sack of hit points. He's not very
Yeah.
armored. He was, whenever you guys did see him, the thing he was wearing was what could be equivalent to like hide. Maybe something made, like a tunic made from like deer skin or something.
3 plus 5, so 8.
8. Ouch, you tickle. Woo! Fuck. As he gets ready to turn around, you quickly rip out your rapier and make a nice cut across, like, right around where you immediately stabbed him, probably on the other side of the chest there. Wayfair. You have now been rescued. Note has jumped to your aid.
Yeah, the other two just come wandering over like, hi, we're here to help.
How close is the nearest
I threw a
tree?
pebble.
I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, the nearest tree is like...
A while down the mountain?
You ain't seen one in a bit. You're surrounded by like 2 boulders and a bunch of caves.
I mean, you could always hide behind me, I guess. If all else fails.
In all honesty, I just kind of want to retreat. I'm not feeling too hot with my little bit of life I got left, so I just kind of want to run away, but not too far away.
So when running away, there's a thing called attack of opportunity. If you were to turn and run, because you turn around, the monster will have the opportunity to kind of smack you in the back. Or you can use the entirety of your action and do what's called disengage, which is putting yourself in like a back tumble to where if they make a slash at you, it won't hit.
Then I want to disengage.
Alright. So you use your action to disengage. You will not be hit with attack of opportunity as you kind of, roll on your back and jump away, kind of springing away. You can move away from him.
Toodaloo! Goodbye!
So,
Fuck you.
Yeah.
so as
Double
Note runs
burden the
up-
entire time.
As Note runs up and Morzog kind of lumbering behind and come to save Wayfarer from his very large attacker, you see Wayfarer just kind of go whoop and do a back handspring and just kind of take off running the other way. Walter, this guy's dead, by the way. He decapitated.
Shocker.
Oh, I thought that was the one that... Okay, never mind. I had him backwards.
How far away from this fucking bear am I again? I don't remember.
Close enough.
15 feet.
Yeah, you're about 15 feet away.
About 15 feet away. I'm just gonna shoot him.
There you go.
Crossbow?
Crossbow.
Crossbow!
Magic crossbow.
Magic crossbow.
Alright, make a ranged attack roll, add your proficiency and your dexterity modifier.
God.
You can do it. You
can
can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Nat 20.
No.
I was going to say, is it advantage, though, because he's engaged somewhere else? Or does that not work on range attacks? I don't remember.
That's not on ranged attacks.
Can't remember.
Well, I
Shit.
didn't hit him, so there you
Okay. Well, thankfully you're not using any
Nope.
actual bolts, because as you pull back the string and the magical arrow gets ready, you fire and the magical arrow just kind of like, and the string hits nothing, and you're like, what the fuck?
Son of a bitch, I'm still new at this, guys. Hold on.
I'm gonna back up about 20 feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna just get a nice relax.
That thing has like an 800 long range. You've got plenty of room.
Yeah.
I'm back up about 20 feet.
All right. So you back up 20 feet and watch the melee ensue.
I tried.
You have
Effort
pulled
was
away
made.
from it, and he's now been stabbed in the back, and so he's going to turn around and make a slash with his claws. Holy shit! That's like a 25. 25.
It
To hit
hit.
note. Sorry.
Yeah.
25
Oh
to
yeah,
hit
it
note.
hit me.
Okay. Woof. That's a hefty 14.
I'm down.
As he flips around and just smacks you in the side of the face with a claw. You see some claw marks go across her face as she's flung like 5 feet to the side.
-5.
You're okay. You don't. So, going unconscious, you hit 0. When you hit 0, you're unconscious. If you were to take damage that is negative equal to your max, so if you have 100 hit points, you hit negative 100, you instantly die. So right now, you're fine. You'll make death saving throws,
Okay.
but you're fine. So Note has been knocked aside. Morzog, you see Note, this innocent little bird creature that you've been traveling with so far, just get punted to the side.
It even has death saves on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like this app.
Slashy time.
Sure.
That's 14.
14 hits.
That's 11.
11. Okay.
Again. Oh, that one's rough. That's 11. I rolled
11 to hit?
Mhm.
That just hits.
5.
Woo. Math. He is bleeding from cuts, stabs, scrapes. He is still standing. Bleeding profusely from all of these wounds in his chest and his shoulder, his arms. He's got a nick across his face. He doesn't give a shit.
Oh, he's going to give shit.
Note, I would like you to roll a d20 for a death saving throw. You have to get a 10 or above.
11.
1!
You pass one death saving throw.
Pass.
Yay! Hey, you're alright.
With a death saving throw, you roll a d20. If you get a 10 or above, you're fine. If you get a 9 or lower, you fail. If you fail 3, you die. If you pass 3, you become 1 hit point, and you are stable. Still laying on the ground,
But not bleeding out.
but not bleeding out to death.
Yep.
Wayfair, you have hauled ass 30 feet away, and you can hear roaring and steel.
Oh, belt tits. Can I just watch? Because they seem to have a... Well, okay, first, is she still down? Or...
Yeah, you see, you turn around, you hear a, like... you hear a squawking sound and when you
Unfortunate.
turn around to look, Note has been punted 5 feet to the side by this large bear.
Okay, can I run over and pull her farther away? Or am I too far from her?
Probably
to
too
do
far
that?
now.
Yeah, you're probably.
Yeah. I would say on your turn, you probably like double dashed, which is 60 feet. You
Hey,
would
that's
have
fine.
to... You would have to double dash back to go get her.
And that puts
Okay.
you within striking range.
Well, then I'll just stay where I'm at and be like, you good?
Appreciate the help!
As
You good?
As you yell, checking on her well-being, she's laying there. Just
All right.
a puff of feathers is kind of sitting there, and she's just laying there, unmoving. Walter,
I'm just gonna fucking shoot him again.
sure.
Oh, give me one of them. This is new. It's not feeling it today.
Give it a kiss, breathe on it, make love. Do it.
Come on now.
Get it, get it, get it.
Use some assistance here.
That's 15 plus.
That hits.
I think it's 17 altogether, or 18 altogether. It's a number.
You heft up your crossbow, take aim. You see the magical bolt form into the slot of the crossbow. You have the string drawback.
Not this one. I haven't rolled this one yet. We'll find out.
Damages.
Yeah.
7 plus...
Plus dex.
10.
10?
Because it's a magic weapon.
Ooh. So close. You fire the arrow, and Morzog, as you're getting ready to make your next strike, you just see a hole in the chest go...
Good with that.
The bolt disappears, but now you see a through and through hole, like right above the right below the clavicle. Yeah, I can speak today.
Doing well.
We're going to give it one more try. And we'll see.
Okay.
Now you can hear the... He's
breath.
Labored bleeding. He's bleeding from multiple wounds at this point, and is just barely standing. He's going to take another attack at you, Morzog. Oh shit. That's 18?
Shield.
He takes his claws and is going for one last ditch to finish you off, and as soon as he gets within a couple inches of you, you see a blue barrier form in front of the claw and just block the strike. He takes a step back and is just... It's your turn?
Slashy time!
Sure.
It's what I do best. Yeah, that hits. That's a 15. Without modifiers.
Yeah,
So.
that hits.
$11.
How do you want to do this?
Head off. We're going to take them both back headless. Don't care. You done pissed me off.
So as he kind of stands there in kind of disbelief, he thought he had you, and then he was
Probably
blocked by a blue arcane barrier. He stands there in disbelief, and as he's just staring at you, you do the same thing you did to his buddy. Scissor action, off with the head.
Oh, boy.
Same thing happens, the fur retracts, the claws shorten, and it becomes his humanoid form once more. You see the head tumble off a couple inches away from you in a look of fear, just kind of frozen on his face. Wayfarer's off in the distance, holding his wounds on his chest.
we
Note
need
is,
rest.
Note is down and unconscious on the floor.
Yeah,
make one more death saving throw for me, please.
8.
That's a fail.
Oops.
It's only one fail though.
Yeah.
I'll say I ain't got no healing, so I'm just big tank.
What's everybody doing?
We done with the murder.
Everyone,
You can walk,
you
gather
don't
around
see
the bird.
anybody else. You kind of stand there for a second, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
We're gonna.
You can hear the bubbling of the pot off in the distance as whatever is cooking is probably done at this point.
I'm gonna pick up Note, and we're gonna go take refuge in the cave for the time being.
Sure.
I'll make my way back.
I'm pretty sure I'm big enough to carry her.
Yeah, I won't make a strength check. She is a very thin, lithe birdie form.
Yeah.
And
Hollow bones and all.
You are a very 6'10" orc. You pick her up without issue.
I'm a dog food bag and a half.
Yeah, pretty much. And do that. Then I'm gonna take the bodies and heads and pile them into the cave. That way we have everything. We gotta have proof to take back.
You lay down Note in the bedroll that was already in there, and then run back and you grab the heads in one hand. You grab both the bodies by the wrist and are just dragging them all in one hand.
We're gonna put them in the other cave, though.
Sure.
We're not gonna have them in the
one
cave
across
where we're
from
at.
them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just unsanitary.
That's just unsanitary.
So you throw them in the cave across from you, which is only about
Yeah, not
30, 35 foot off. You just kind of toss them in there and don't really give a care. Wayfarer, you come lumbering back up to kind of check on the situation, and you can see Morzog just kind of walking off in the distance. He's got two heads in one hand and two bodies in the other, just dragging them across the stone.
Ew. Can I make a check to see, did they have any packs or anything whenever they came up the first time to attack or to confront?
You go into... Are you searching... Which cave are you searching?
Well, like the first encounter spot, like when they first walked up from the woods.
So you go into that cave where you guys were standing, and you can see that at the very entrance of the cave, there's the pot that was you can smell food coming from there. It's probably done and ready to eat. And you can see off into one of the corners in the back. There is a backpack, and then there's kind of like a bench off to the side, made of a log, pretty much.
Okay, I want to go through that backpack.
All right, I'll have you make an investigation check.
Oh, that was such a letdown!
It'd be 10.
That's such a tease.
Yes.
You're digging through, and the pack is. It almost looks like the stuff you have in your pack. Like there's an extra set of clothes and a small hunting knife, and a couple of some dry food rations, basically beef jerky.
Okay, I want to take it.
Sure.
Okay. Party.
Free shit.
So I get like a bag, a knife, and food?
Pretty much.
Clothes?
Do you pick up the bag?
Yeah. I want to take
You pick up the bag and you hear, shh.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, good. I empty the contents out all over the floor.
You open up the flap and dump it all out. You see the hunting knife, the beef jerky, the clothes, just the normal stuff you would usually see, and then 2 large sacks just go.
Oh yeah, boy.
They seem to have been hiding in the bottom of the bag.
And then I open it and I assume it's full of money?
One bag has roundabouts like 15 gold inside.
Okay.
And then the other bag you open, and it has two rings, both set with gems, a necklace with a very large gem in the middle, and then just a very rough uncut gem. Kind of like a ruby, probably about this big.
Oh, Mama Ruby. Okay. Hey.
Doctor stuff.
Are you checking on note?
Yeah.
You come over and check on. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
This.
Or do you know cure wounds?
I do know cure wounds.
Okay, so you can either make a medicine check or you can use cure wounds. Cure wounds will give her hit points back and make her conscious, or you can use your healer's kit to put her to 1 if you roll high enough.
Cure wounds it because we're gonna rest here anyway, so you'll get the slots back.
Yeah, let's cure wounds that.
Okay. So you mutter your incantation, make a small hand gesture, and you can see green energy from the air around you coalesce into your palms. You press your palms against her body, and the cuts that were on her shoulder start to seal themselves up as this green energy kind of passes over them. Probably leave a little bit of a scar for a little bit.
Am I bald there?
No. No.
Feathers have to grow back, kind of thing.
You're missing a few feathers, but you're not bald by any means.
Am I still unconscious or am I waking up?
The warmth of the energy heals up your wounds, and your eyes flutter open. You are conscious.
All right.
Walter standing over you, green energy starting to dissipate from the palms of his hands.
I'm gonna take the battle axes.
Okay. You walk over and grab both the battle axes. Just kind of drag them along. They're not very well made. They're just probably something that a blacksmith worked on and maybe threw away or something. Whatever they could get.
Mm-hmm.
So he went to get the battle axes and he's just kind of walking around. Did you come back in the cave?
Well, yeah. Well, I dropped them off in the cave, took the guy's battle axe, came back to the cave with the battle axe, and we're all...
You got a big chunk out of your shoulder, right?
I do, but I got second wind and short rests and everything else. We should be okay.
I'm just going to look at you and be like, you good, big fella?
I'm good. It hurt, but I'm good.
Are we taking a short rest here?
Do we want to... What time of day is it?
About midday, you can see it cresting kind of more toward, the later. Probably about, I don't know, 2, 3-ish.
Well, the problem is we short rest and then we're moving at night. And I'd rather not move at night. We could stay here overnight, use the cave as defense, then leave in the morning and make it back. Or at least closer to it. I mean,
as you guys are standing there, just kind of breathing casually, you can smell the meat and vegetables coming from the pot off on the edge of the cave.
2 things. 1, we should check the 4th cave that we didn't get to.
It wasn't checked
that they came out of. And I can also do prestidigitation and move all the blood from everybody's clothes.
Hey, that helps me, girl.
I mean, yeah.
So as everybody's kind of lumbering up,
yeah, ain't gonna work.
You look around and everybody's just kind of caked in either their own blood or the werebear's blood, and with a quick wave of one finger, you just see the blood start to dissipate off of all of their clothes.
But yeah, we could definitely. We can stay in this cave and not be disturbed for the night. Period, in a discussion. So, I mean, it'd be better than trying to travel at night and try to play
anyway.
You look around and there's no other movement and
there's no. It's just cave, right? You can't go deeper into it. It's just kind of a hollowed out little area.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, yeah, no, we're good. Let's check the other cave. Make sure there's nothing in there of value or nothing going to try to bite us, and then I will make sure we are safe for the evening. What's in the 4th cave? Since I'm the one probably with the most health points to kind of be wandering around out
I
here.
can go with my full.
Are you full?
She's not full.
Go ahead.
No way you're back.
I'm full. I'll go.
All right. I was going to say, who's ever the next healthiest next to me, please?
I didn't get hit.
Well, yeah, you're not supposed to. You have 10 health. If you get hit, we're kind of in trouble. So
can I do the investigation?
What's your investigation?
5.
Plus 5?
Did you ever roll for what I get back, or did you not worry about since we're staying the night?
So I didn't worry about it since we're staying the night.
Oh,
I
okay.
got a 5 on investigation.
I'll help you in investigation. So you get advantage on it. So find another d20 to roll.
Give me that one. That one's good. Here's the test right here for
Yes. Let's see it. Come on now.
I'm investigating this cave.
I'm assisting in the investigation to give him advantage.
Roll with advantage.
I like this.
There you go.
23 altogether.
Oh shit. Okay. You go into this other cave. You and Morzog.
Give me another fucking.
Note and Wayfarer get left off in the other cave. But this cave seems to be.
I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
What would be like a storeroom. You see a dead animal carcass off on the side that they look like they might have been in the middle of trying to skin. You see a couple of skins that are kind of laying off on the side that still need tanned, cured. You see a pile of bones off to the side, some still covered in a little bit of blood from the carcass they came from. Couple of tools, simple tools. Nothing really of note, just this seems to be kind of their storeroom.
What do the bones look like?
You go over and inspect the bones?
I go over and I inspect the bones.
Make a medicine check. Actually, make nature.
Nature? Okay,
Yeah, make nature.
I can, yeah. 23 big shoots.
Jesus. With your doctor experience, you've seen some other carcasses in your day besides just humans. You kind of poke through, and that's the leg bone of a deer. Toss that aside. That looks like that might be a wild dog. Toss that. Rabbit. Is that a rat? Toss.
I'm looking for confirmation here.
Of human?
Yeah.
You poke through, and you pull like a series of like 3 smaller bones out that kind of curve. You find a long bone about this big. One side's got a big like ball on the end of it. You're like, this is a human's thigh. I don't remember what it's called.
I guess
thigh
technically
bone.
I'm looking for half-orc bones, but details.
You don't see any half-orc bones. You do see humanoid bones, like a rib cage or a I can't remember what the thigh bone is called. Help me.
Femur?
Oh, it gives an F.
Femur?
Mm.
Something's a fibula and one's a tibula somewhere down there too.
Fibula, tibia. I'm pretty sure that's your shin bones.
Sure. You find something like that, and you have confirmation of some humanoid remains.
Good enough for me.
Bring it with you.
And I guess we'll take it.
Evidence. It's our word against, you know.
Sure. So you toss the bones in your bag.
I'm here to get paid, boys.
Yeah.
And that's all that's in there is kind of a general collection of nonsense, is it? Of bones and whatnot?
It's like a half fucking skinned deer carcass and some trash.
As you walk off out of the cave, you see the 2 bodies laying there, headless. Morzog's got the head on one side and the body's on the other.
So that pot of food that's been cooking, I want to check that out too.
Sure.
Before, not eat, I want to like, kind of...
I'm sure it's good. Come on.
They potentially eat people. I don't want to know what they're cooking with.
So after confirming humanoid remains in the pile of bones, you immediately rush over to the boiling pot that's been cooking. You open up the top lid, and it smells wonderful. You guys have been fighting pretty hard, and you've been walking, and it's kind of getting that point. You're a little hungry. It smells immaculate. You see what can only be possibly like wild potatoes that they might have found growing, and maybe some wild onions that they chopped up and threw in there. It's nothing extravagant. It's just a simple stew of like onions, wild carrots, wild potatoes, and some meat.
So
you find a ladle off to the side and just kind of dip into it and pull out a piece of the meat. It's nicely cooked.
how wide's this cave entrance, by the way?
Does it taste
like
like
the cave
pork
entrance?
or
Cave
gamey?
entrance is like fucking like 20, 25 foot big.
Well, I need to know.
Oh, yeah, no.
I actually need a number here, because it matters.
It's like... Yeah, it's about 25 foot wide.
Okay.
It kind of seems to, like, almost like a bulb shape. Like, the inside of the cave is a little wider and bigger than
I'm willing to help.
the
I'm not
entrance.
human.
Is everyone into the cave at the moment? Because I got a little bit of work
we
to
were
do.
still in there. He
I
just
know.
came in there.
I have to ask, because now you're concerned. Are you checking the meat?
That was my hand, kitty.
Yeah, I'm checking. I'm gonna...
I mean, I'm a orc. I'll eat whatever, but, you know.
I'm the carrion eater.
Yeah.
You take out a piece of meat. It's hot to the touch, so you just kind of toss it on the ground because it's too hot for your hands. You take one of your
10-second roll.
take one of your little knives and start cutting into it, and it is nicely cooked through. Probably should melt in your mouth. Go ahead and make a medicine check with a really high DC.
Yeah, because you're not going to be... No. This needs to be a 20, probably. Let's see this. Come
Make
on.
a nat 20.
Really high DC.
No, I got a 1.
Yep, it's meat, all right.
It's meat, bud.
It looks nicely cooked through. Looks beautiful. Should probably melt in your mouth at the bite.
I'm gonna take it over to the bird. Be like, you eat this and just tell me what you get.
Does it taste gamey or like pork?
You pop a piece of it in your mouth, and
The other white
it
meat.
does. It tastes gamey.
Gamey.
All right, we good.
If you had to guess, this is probably like deer or sheep, something like that.
Okay,
So that's what I get. That's what she gives
Yeah,
me.
she gives you a big thumbs up as her beak is snapping down on this piece of meat.
My guys, I'm just sitting there like, oh, fuck.
Safe.
All right.
Safe.
For you three is probably fine. I gotta...
Whoa, racist. Shit.
Speaks the truth. We'll see how it comes up when we come across fried fucking tiefling, alright?
Oh my god, the fear that I was sensing from you is so great. I love it.
The fear wasn't my character. I also been like, well, fuck it.
So you guys, you said you're taking a long rest. So you spend the evening pouring. You find some small bowls that look like they might have been.
Oh, I got mess kits for people.
Oh, okay. So he passes out. It's small,
just general small little bowls and utensils. So
bowls made of finely cut wood and have been made to hold soups and simple food. You all dip up a bowl and spend the night in the...
I'm going to mold earth to make a wall, though.
Do you need
help?
help?
On the cave?
Yeah, it's only going to be... I'm going to take the 5-foot cube.
Sure.
Move it 5 feet back from it so it makes a 10-foot...
Gap?
Wall.
Gotcha.
Oh. So there's only a 5-foot wall for us to look out, but it's a 10-foot...
So
in between us.
As you guys are settling down, Morzog, as you're getting ready to kind of settle down for the night and just relax, Morzog walks over to the edge of the cave, makes some hand gestures. You hear him whispering to himself, and a part of the cave just and makes a nice slit to where you guys could get out if you needed to, and it leaves air, but you're pretty covered.
Just safety wise. So
everybody kind of lays out their bedrolls, is relaxing, healing their wounds.
Ought to be warm and nice and comfy. So
yeah, there's still embers of a flame, and the smoke's getting out through the slit that was made. So you guys are nice and toasty in this cave, left behind.
And that way we can rest.
Where are the horses?
You left the horses off. Where I believe you guys dismounted, like as you
someone
came
needs to do something
out of
with
the
those.
woods.
Can we? I also have mold earth.
Put them in another cave.
Yeah. And
there's an empty cave, right? Well, there's water in one of them, but
the one that has, I guess, the storage cave. If I go check it out, does it have any, like hay or baskets, things that horses could nom on?
You see, you see a couple of baskets that have like a couple of smaller furs that have been rolled up and thrown into. You don't see any food in there or any that you could, no hay or anything like that. You do remember that, like, I think it was the first or second cave you guys looked at had a small thing of water that had been dripping down naturally.
I think the horses can stay in the water cave if it's small. I'm going to investigate that cave before I stick the horses in there, make sure that thing's going to come up and...
You'll say, buddy system, don't go alone, take someone with you. Because you never know what can come up out of the water, take somebody with you.
Who wants to go with me?
I can't see in the fucking...
I'll go.
I was going to say, I'll go, or he can go, so we can see.
Okay, good, because...
Alright, so you and Wayfarer go off and... you check the other cave. Go ahead and make an investigation check. You can do it with advantage because you have Wayfarer with you.
So roll another. Fuck it.
Wait, don't you roll another?
Neither of those were good. I'm gonna stop giving you that one. That one don't like you.
10.
10?
Wait, yeah.
Plus, what's your investigation?
Investigation is a 5, so 15.
You poke around the cave that has the water puddle in it, and you don't. There's nothing. You don't see anything in there. You notice that because of the evening light that's coming in, reflects off of the puddle of water and makes the kind of wavy water effects along the wall. But that's about it.
Okay. Well, then I'm putting the horses in there, and I'm gonna.
You two go back to where the tree line line ended.
There's your trees.
And you find all of your horses. Each one of you take a couple of the reins and pull them along, put them in this cave, and cast the same spell that you saw Morzog cast, and a part of the earth moves to cover the entrance. Leaves enough room for air to get in, but to where the horses don't go. You head back to the cave where you guys have been relaxing. It's cozy, toasty. Everybody lays down in their bedrolls. Does anybody want to take watch as you guys retire for the night?
We need to have a watch. We always have a watch.
Should we just...
It's the middle of the day, right? Still?
Well,
you guys have... I'm just kind of skipping time for sake of brevity. So at this point, it has become dark outside. It's late into the evening. And everybody's about ready to settle down.
He should probably have first watch, because he has no night vision. And me last watch, because I have...
I'll take the middle.
The low light vision.
So...
Second.
Okay. So...
Or other way around, whichever.
We're going to do 2 hours apiece here.
However you guys want to do it.
If we're all going to take watch, it's only 2 hours apiece.
Sure. So... Walter...
Yeah.
You're kind of left to your own devices as everybody kind of curls up in their bedrolls and goes to sleep. Make a perception check for me.
But 13.
Okay. As the sun has now just gone away from the horizon, and it is now the night is illuminated by the moon, so you can see a little ways outside the cave. As you're sitting there kind of up against the slit that was made by Morzog, you notice what would be like a small pack of wild dogs that come investigating. They go up to... They're just like sniffing all around the open area where you guys had done battle. And they can smell, the area around there, and they go over to where the bloodstains are. But then a couple of them you hear just making like a sneezing sound. And you kind of glance up and you notice that some of the smoke is still coming out from your fire. They sniff around for a while and then just kind of fuck off.
Works for me.
So they don't seem big enough to be wolves, and the ears are not pointed straight up. So you assume these are definitely wild dogs. Other than that, your watch goes by unabated, and you can either... I think both of you said second, so I'm not sure which one you want to choose. Either way, fair.
I'm going to say just wake one of us up, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Rise and grind.
Wake somebody up on the watch, it don't matter who. The rest of us can see in the dark, so...
Okay, well...
Or were you doing morning?
It doesn't matter. I have low light vision, so if the moon is out, I should be fine.
Yeah.
So you go over and you kind of shake Note to wait. And Note, as you wake up and it's your turn for watch, you are sore as shit. So you kind of roll over and hobble out of bed, sleepy-eyed. You sit down at the slit, and I don't know what else to call it. You sit down at the entrance. Fuck it. You sit down at the entrance and are looking out the doorway. Go ahead and make a perception check.
There you go.
14.
You went the wrong way. You
24.
went the wrong way, please. Please don't go that way.
You stare outside the doorway and into the night, slightly illuminated by the moon, and you don't see anything for the entirety. So your watch goes uneventful. Your couple hours goes by, and you can now choose another person to take watch.
You.
Okay. You walk over to Wayfarer. Wayfarer, you're about in the same state. You've wrapped some bandages around your chest, and you've had some help to kind of mend the tears in your leather armor, but you are sore. You roll over and sit in the doorway.
I guess I'll just chill and lightly strum my harp at the
Sure.
very lightly.
As you're sitting there bored, You pull out the harp that Mama Ruby gave you, and you're just strumming light tunes to just kind of move something of your body to try to keep you awake. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. That was terrible.
15.
15? You, as you're sitting there, you notice a small kind of mountain cat, maybe like a bobcat. It doesn't have a tail, but you see two big pointy ears stick up from its head. Comes down from a side of the slope of the mountain, just kind of looks around, sneezes, looks around some more, sniffs around, and then just pads off into the darkness.
Thank God.
There it is.
And then is my shift done? Is that my time?
Other than the mountain cat, nothing else seems to happen. So you can now you can kind of see the horizon start to turn colors to the early morning. You can now pick somebody else to do the.
Alright, then I nudge Morzog, and then I go lay my ass back down.
You lay back down in your bedroll, waking up Morzog.
I'm gonna get up and walk out and kind of just stretch my legs a little bit, kind of try to wake
you go
up.
outside the cave?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go check on the horses and then come back. And
okay. So you get up, sheathe your two swords, and walk outside, kind of registering that everything's gonna be okay, and stretch your legs, smell the morning air as the dew starts to kind of coalesce on the ground. You can see some wet spots in the stone itself, but the grass off in the distance is glistening as the morning sun comes over the horizon. You head off to where the cave next to you guys, which is similarly closed off, that Note had made. You walk in there. The horses are fine. You do hear as what you can only assume is one of their stomachs growling.
Mm-hmm.
But they just kind of stand there. One of them, turns its head over and takes a drink from the puddle, which is still dripping from the ceiling, just kind of natural water that seems to be coming from somewhere, natural condensation. It's nice and cool in the cave, too. Like, kind of a flip-flop from your other one that's nice and warm and cozy from the fire. The water has made this kind of nice and cool.
And then I'll want to take the last hour of my watch and sit there and bind to the longsword that I have, just in case.
The one you bought from the... Okay. So,
for the time
you
being.
head back to the other cave and sit down in front of the doorway, cross your legs, and you set the sword down in your lap. One hand on the tip, the other hand on the handle, and you meditate. And you can feel arcane energy slowly, it starts in your chest and seems to spread like a warmth down your pecs, your shoulders, down your arms until it touches the steel. And the warmth starts to turn a little cooler and then races back up through your arms into your chest. You can now feel like a not pain. It's not a painful feeling, but like a hook, like something that is now attached to you. You are now bonded to the longsword.
Woohoo! Just handy to have. That.
The sun gets higher and starts to kind of poke through the doorway that Morzok had made. And everybody seems to kind of rustle awake.
Yeah.
Why is there a beholder on your D&D Beyond app?
It just says, whoops, we rolled a 1 on our authentication check. Please go back.
Good job. I just look over and I see a giant beholder staring.
Yeah,
it's like,
it just
cool.
popped up there for no damn reason, so...
The morning comes, everybody rouses awake. The warmth of the sun is there. Note and Wayfarer, you are sore as you stretch to the morning sun. You can still kind of smell the leftovers of the meal from last night.
Are there leftovers?
A little bit. Yeah.
I won't run over and get a bowl before anybody else does, though.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and open up the cave to let the light in, let everyone kind of
So you cast
stir as it comes up. Yeah.
I get to make a potion.
Cantrips.
Sure.
Woo!
So as everybody seems to be dipping up leftovers from the night before, you reach into your pack and pull out a couple of beakers, a little, a couple of stands and a vial rack, and you're sitting there. You pull out some herbs and are grinding them up. What potion are you making?
You know, it says I don't know until someone drinks it.
What?
I'm pretty sure that's what it says.
What is this?
I have to... It's either when I make it or when they drink it, and I have to roll for it. I don't get to pick.
Oh, let me drink it.
I just saw.
I'm a man of danger. Come on.
I just saw Rakshasa staring at me.
They're all good.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, good.
What is this?
Potion.
I know, but what does it fall under? Like,
Oh, experimental elixir.
Yeah.
oh boy.
Oh shit!
They're all good. I promise you, they're all fantastic. Just not all right for the right situation.
So that's what.
Yes, that's why I wrote that.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, that's ridiculous.
And they all have time limits, so...
Okay. Okay, so you pull out an empty flask, you start grinding up some herbs, and you throw in a couple of other things and grind them up into it too. You add a little bit of water to give it a liquidy consistency. Oh, Christ. Okay, if I read this correctly... Okay, so write down in your inventory, if I'm reading this correctly, you don't have to expend any spell slots for it. It's if you want to make any more.
Yeah,
So
I get to make
this
one after
one's-
every long rest and then two eventually.
The first one's free. If you want to do any more, you have to expend a first level spell slot to do so.
And eventually, when I get levels, I get to do more for free.
Yeah. At level
The
15,
first taste
at
is
level
always free.
At level 15, each of your elixirs do 2 things instead of 1.
Oh boy.
Well, I don't take 12-sided die for anything.
So just right in your inventory, you have one
Certain attack
experimental
rolls and
elixir,
stuff like that.
or just one elixir. You do not know what this does until someone drinks it.
Yay.
Oh.
This will be fun.
Oh, no.
I like this.
Here, drink this.
It's an action to drink it.
Yeah.
So...
Well, the way drinking a potion works is it's an action for you to drink it, or it's a bonus. It's a bonus for you to drink it. But for this one, because of the abilities rule set, it will be an action to drink it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say it's because it's experimental. The taste is rough. It is rough.
I'm an orc. I don't care. Let me drink
Like,
it.
you've drank some strong shit before, but like, oh
But
boy.
have you ever drank
Horse
anything
piss.
that can make you fly?
This
Oh, I'll
has
have fun with it.
this will have this syrupy, chunky taste to it, or consistency, I mean, and it will just be gross.
Yeah.
Have you
But
ever
it'll
had
make you-
military food?
But it'll make you feel like $1 million
fair.
bucks.
That's fair. MREs are disgusting.
Half open can of cat
Hey,
food was in the bottom of the pack.
No. Down.
You smell it as soon as the palate comes out.
Yeah.
Down.
All right.
Kiara, down.
Well,
Well,
we should
everybody
get moving
gets a
back.
nice breakfast in. You all are at full hit points. All of your spell slots are reimbursed.
You didn't happen to see how many spells I from level 1, did you, while you were in there?
Oh.
I don't fucking remember. That's why I only threw 1.
oh, your spell slots?
Yeah.
So level 1?
I
It's either
think
2 or 3.
I
Isn't
think I get 3, but I'm not sure.
I think it's
Oh.
3 sounds right, but it could be 2.
I just get a bunch of them.
Yeah, but that's your main. That's his main thing though, so he may get
Yeah.
more than we do
I wonder if
because
I
we're
can add
pseudo
that.
casters. We're not
You're
pure
level 3?
casters.
Yeah.
You have 3 first level spells.
3.
I still have 3. That's why I only threw 1 and I tried to shoot it the rest of the time.
3 first level spells.
We'll write that down somewhere.
And 2 cantrips.
For right now, just a note.
I mean, how many times can I?
You 3 spell slots.
Let her rip.
Yeah. You have 3 spell slots.
So next to where it says first on there, just put 3.
What's your class again?
Artificer.
Okay.
Bullshit.
I'm just gonna leave this page open because
she's hooking me up here on her phone.
I feel like I'm gonna be coming back to that.
Yeah, probably.
Watch your back.
Same as yours.
Okay. I'm just adding your character to my sheets.
All right.
So, gonna tie up the bodies, bag the heads.
Are you putting them on the horses?
You can ride with me, I'm sure.
Do we need the bodies? Or do we need the bodies, or do we just need the heads?
I'm taking both.
Yeah,
you were not told.
The more proof we have, the better off we're going to be here.
I've got the human bones.
You were not told by anybody that you need proof, that you need bodies, that you need heads.
I mean, we literally could have walked out here tonight and came back and go, yep, we killed it, pay us. But odds are we wouldn't got paid. So, I mean, my charisma's kind of shitty, so I don't think I'd be able to sell that very far.
Well, congratulations, everybody.
Woohoo!
We made it to the end
Our first quest.
of your first quest that I've written down. The world as a whole is now yours. The adventure that happens from here on out is one that you make. I wish you all the best of luck.
We gonna fuck some shit up.
So, Morzog, you... Hang on, I'm gonna get to a blank page here because I'm gonna need it. Bitches. So, you grab the heads of the okay.
What was your
So you grab the heads of all of the two guys, toss them into a random burlap sack that you saw in their storage room. You kind of dumped out whatever was in there, threw them in there. Some of the blood soaks through the bottom, but it's not that bad. You tie it to part of your saddle. You take the 2 bodies, toss them over the side. The horse is probably going to complain, but...
I ain't talking to the horse, I don't care. I mean, I'm big enough to drag him back, it'd just be slower, so...
Toss them over there. Everybody grabs their horse, saddles back up. Wayfarer with your new 10 gold heavier and small bag of jewels and gems. Which, did you share that with anybody, or did you just find it and keep it to yourself?
I found it and kept it to myself.
Okay. Everybody saddles up and starts making their way back to
Making my way downtown.
You stop. You have to stop halfway to take another night's rest. For the sake of brevity, everything went fine.
Woot.
And you get back to Whitestone, and you make it to the guards. New guards this time.
What happened to the kid? I like the kid. Day off.
You make it to the city gates. From what you can, the city gates are open, just guarded, and you can see all of the stalls have cleared out. People have dispersed and probably made their way back home after the festival is over. You get up to the gates and you're stopped. Halt! And guy walks up. From what you can see, human. He's wearing a helmet, so you couldn't even tell if he had elven lineage, if he did. Walks up to you and just looks at your horse, at the bodies and the bag that's got a little bit of blood stain on the bottom, and is just like, what's going on here?
Go tell Percy that we've returned.
You know that thing that your Grey Watch or whatever sucked at finding? Found it.
Wait here. He leaves you guys at the gate. You guys can dismount because saddles are a pain. As another guard he signals for goes off into the city and returns about an hour later with Percival, and he walks up and, oh my, well, what are we here?
Heads and bodies of werebears.
Werebears?
Werebears. They attacked us on the mountain. We found human remains in their cave systems, and they weren't too happy that we were up there to begin with.
I'm twirling that fucking femur.
He kind of shakes his head and is like, well, I guess we can inform the tribe that their dead can be collected and laid to rest, knowing now what has slain them has been defeated. I thank you all for your services.
Oh, no problem.
You've done a wonderful job. I couldn't have done it any better myself. As promised, I'm not gonna say shit. As promised, he reaches into a satchel that he has off to the side and pulls out a sack of what you can hear is coin. As promised, the bounty that was owed, tosses it to you, and he motions to the guard next to you, who comes and pulls the two bodies off of the horse and grabs the bag and just kind of pulls them off to the side of the road away from the gate. You guys are given a sack of 120 gold.
Woohoo.
You can divide as you see fit.
We'll do that when we make it to the inn.
Are you going back in?
I mean, we might as well, until we figure out what we're moving forward. I'm going to ask Percy if he's found anything more about those in the last couple of days, about the symbols and everything else we found in our first little conflict here. Any information and...
As you walk with him back into the city, he says that I've had to call in a few favors to come and inspect, so we haven't had any time to thoroughly investigate. But what we have found is probably what you've already found, in that they are extremely magical. We don't know the function, other than they can function as a power source somehow, and that's all that we found.
Did you get anything from the salesman? Air quotes, salesman?
The only thing we've got from him is he was employed by someone to sell this person's product. He was not the inventor. He is strictly the salesman.
Well, he had to talk to somebody. Is he still in custody, or did you let him loose?
He is still in custody.
I think we would like to have a talk with him.
The only thing that he had given me is that he had never seen the person's face, only their product.
Well, you had to talk to somebody at some point, so even by letter carrier, it had to be sent somewhere. So
if you want to come back to the castle tomorrow morning, I'd be more than happy, since you are as deep in this investigation as we are, that you could share a few words with him. I can't promise you long, as we do need to,
that's fair.
Try him and give him a sentence of some sort. Which I will have to probably call in more favors just to be able to find out what's going on. But I'd be more than happy to gain your assistance.
That's just, yeah, we would like to have a talk.
Well, like I said, tomorrow morning. For now,
yes.
Celebrate your victory, make merry, and I will see you then. He flips his cloak, turns around, starts walking off toward the castle again, and leaves you guys to your own devices.
Well,
you guys still have rooms, I believe, over in the
True Strike
Inn.
So we'll probably...
Because I believe you bought those for like the next couple of days or the next week or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
We probably need to return the horses.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We need to return the horses while we're here.
Okay. You turn around and take the horses back to the stables in which you got them. And the horsemaster, you go and you inquire about the horsemaster that you had talked to before. He is not there. Off on errands is what you're told. But the girl that you had originally dealt with is like, well, I'm happy to take him back in for you. Thank you so much for bringing him back. And everybody seems to look a little healthy, albeit a little hungry. So
Don't mind the blood splatters. It's not theirs.
we'll get them right fed and cleaned up, and thank you very much. And she takes each one individually, puts them back in a stable, and starts breaking out baskets of oats to affix to them so they can eat, and grabs a brush and starts going to work. Alright, guys. What are we doing?
I would like to find a jeweler.
I'm going to go visit my armorer friend.
Oh, boy. Alright, so the Wayfarer, you head back to the jeweler that you had seen before.
Ah,
And-
old friend.
and-
Hey.
Morzog, you head back to the blacksmith that you had talked to before. What are each of you inquiring about?
I want to see what it would cost to get that gem cut. You know, because I have an uncut gem that I found in the backpack.
Mhm.
And then I want to sell the necklace.
What's wrong, Will? Okay. So wait, you want the gem cut, and you want what about the necklace?
Actually, I'll sell a ring. I want to sell the necklace.
You want to sell the ring. You want to try and sell it to her.
No,
That
one
makes
ring.
more sense. Figure
One
it out.
One of them.
Okay. Nope. I have a table. Where did it go? There it is. Nope. Okay. Cool. Go ahead. I'm doing all this for the sake of brevity because shopping's no fun.
Well, it depends on the shopping.
That's completely fair. So let's start with the selling of the ring. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
$21.
Oof. Okay. She inspects the ring that you present to her. It's got a really tiny emerald in it, very nicely cut, really, really small. She inspects it a little bit, and she says that she'll give you 35 gold for it. Because there's blood on this band.
I thought I cleaned
So-
everything
On us.
up.
I keep that in mind,
You
but I
found
want to
that
know how
later.
much she wants to get the gem cut first.
She tells you that if you give her the ring and an extra 20 gold, she'll cut the gem for you. Be at 55 gold total.
Let's.
You raggedy bitch.
Which is a discount she adds.
That doesn't sound like it. Well,
Raggedy ass bitch.
let's try. How about we'll do it for 40, and I'll give you a handshake too.
And a cool, crisp high five.
Yeah,
Cool,
a nice,
crisp high five.
firm handshake to seal the deal.
Throw handshakes all around.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think I really have that kind of money to...
Make a persuasion check.
Never know.
18.
She sighs. Fine.
Yes.
So she takes the ring. She puts it. She turns and puts it in this small cup of liquid off on the side. Then takes the gold that you give her.
It's 40, right?
Yeah. Which be what did I say? Be 10 gold instead of 20. And then one ring is crossed off. You still have one ring, one necklace, and the uncut gem, which you are now handing over to her to be cut. She told you that it'll take a day, so come back tomorrow afternoon.
Alright.
Which, as she tells you tomorrow afternoon, the instant thought in your head is, I can sleep in!
Alright. Yeah.
Morzog,
Yes.
what are you looking for?
I want to see if she can do anything with the battle axes.
The battle axes?
I mean, they were rough, but she may be able to make them into something.
So you show her the battle axes, and she kind of picks them up, looks them over. Whew, these are in rough shape, but yeah, I could take some time with them, resharpen them, probably sell them at a discounted price. You looking to sell?
Yeah, I don't need them.
I'll give you. I'll give you 5 gold apiece.
Oh, hell, that was better than I was thinking. I'll take it.
Hands you a small sack of 10 gold and sends you on your way.
There we go. Because those were in rough shape. But I'm good with that, so I'm going to head back to the end.
Immediately as you start heading for the door, she walks over to this stone wheel, starts pumping a pedal on it as it spins faster and faster. Starts working on the edges. You had noticed that she was not working on anything when you came in.
Mm-hmm.
There's one more sword on the wall than you remember, and she wasn't really doing anything except sitting at the counter. Kind of cleaning her hands off.
Make a new sword to replace the one I bought, did you?
Yep, finest work yet.
Finest work yet.
You can see this one's actually a short sword. It's not as long as the one you had, but the blade is nicely made, and this one's got a cross guard that's got a little bit of filigree on it, very simple filigree. And
I may be interested in a shield though.
oh, shield! She points over to a part of the corner of the shop, and you see a couple of shields are hanging there.
Yeah, but are they big enough to guard me, kind of thing? Are they
You see a.
I mean, I don't need no tower shield. I need something more that I can kind of use than a buckler here.
A couple of bucklers, a round shield, of wood make that's got some iron parts that are kind of holding it together, and 2 kite shields that look like they might be big enough for you.
How much do you want for the kite shield? A kite shield.
5 gold.
5 gold. I'll take it into consideration and I'll get back to you. It was just a thought.
Alright, well, it'll be here, hopefully.
Hopefully. Alright, well, you have a nice day.
You too. Sends you on your way.
Be popping back to
Walter
the
and
end.
Note, as they go off shopping, what are you guys doing?
Bookstore?
Bookstore?
Well, you're gonna steal shit.
Yeah, and I'm not there to stop her, so you have fun with that.
Is there a clinic or something?
A clinic?
Yeah.
As they go off shopping, you two are kind of left to your own devices. So as you're wandering town, you do see that there is a fairly moderate-sized doctor's office.
We'll step in and maybe see if they need a hand in anything.
Sure. You go in and there's a tall gentleman, human, light brown hair, that is He's dressed in just a simple tunic and trousers and is walking around, and you see him kind of like cleaning off a utensil or something, sets it back into a leather case and rolls it up and puts it back on the shelf. And as you walk through the door, he kind of turns his attention to you and is like, "Oh, how can I help you?"
Just looking to see if you need a hand with anything. Always looking to put the trade to use.
Oh, fellow doctor in the house. He kind of turns around and looks, and there's a room behind him that's kind of elongated. It's probably got like, I don't know, maybe 5 really small cots. And he just kind of looks back and, well, actually, for the first time in a little bit, we're pretty clear up. I'm almost thinking of having the day off if I wasn't, the only doctor in town. But no, we're actually doing pretty good. Where do you hail from?
Drama. That's the name.
Small little lake town. I've been there once or twice. Just passing through, but you guys got some good fish.
Not much else to do there but pass through and eat fish.
Pretty much. So yeah, we're doing fine today. Thanks for checking in, though.
All right. Just saunter on back out.
All right. Have a good day now.
You too.
No.
Bookstore.
Bookstore. As Note's kind of like walking beside you, she just keeps repeating the same thing about every block or two. Just bookstore.
Bookstore. Bookstore.
Bookstore.
Bookstore.
Fucking fine.
So, as you are walking about, you do find a bookstore. You find 2 bookstores. They don't seem to have any names associated with them. They just have pretty much the exact same sign of just a book that is laid open.
Eeny, meeny, miny.
You choose one and walk inside, and you smell the scent of old paper and leather, as the walls the walls are lined with these aren't very big establishments, but the 2 walls are lined with bookshelves that are covered in books, and then there is one center freestanding bookshelf that is covered in books. And as you go inside, you do see that there is a older kind of human woman sitting at the desk. That is, oh, hello! Feel free to look around. My old lady voice sucks. Let me know if you need any help with anything.
I'm going to check for books on...
Walter, are you looking for anything?
I'm just here to try to keep the bird from getting security.
So, you're
break her out of jail.
You're just kind of following Note along the shelves, just
fucking
very boredly looking at all the book titles.
The
And
researcher doesn't want to look at books? Excuse me?
the researcher wouldn't mind looking at books. The problem is what happens to the books after he's done looking at them.
You're trying to pay attention to the book titles, but you keep looking out the corner of your eye at Note as she kind of creeps along each book title, just like running her feathers along the edges, like she's looking for one specifically.
Can I find any books for shifters or lycanthropes?
Investigation. Just real quick.
17 plus...
That'll work.
Okay.
You poke around and you do find a book bound in a black leather that has some embossed writing on the side that says shifters, lichens, and turners.
I'm going to take it up to the desk and I'm going to pull out my religious book I got on... I don't remember what it's called. It's Cerebeus or something.
Sarenrae.
Sarenrae is, yeah.
Okay. And ask trade?
Oh. She takes the book that you introduce and, flips through some of the pages and... Well, I'm not really looking for anything in the realm of religious, dear.
Cost?
Oh, this book would be about 10 silver.
Okay.
I say 10 silver and that's 1 gold. God damn
That's
it.
fine.
You're doing great.
Yeah. So one gold for the book.
Yep.
I'm just like sitting over there like, please just pay the fucking bookstore owner.
You have been watching her with anxiety. And she walks up, inquires about a trade, and you get nervous. She takes her book back, puts it back in her cloak, and then just hands her a gold piece and takes the book and shoves it into her satchel. You breathe a sigh of relief. Nothing has been stolen. The world is at peace.
So far.
You say that now. There's some of these that they're going to come across something they really want. And
then
can't
it's going to
afford.
turn into an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
As you run through the streets of a Taldorei city, being chased because she stole a book.
As much as I would appreciate being a murder hobo, not for stealing a fucking book.
So you'd be surprised though. So you pay for your book and head back out. Are you guys inquiring about anything else, or are you turning in for the day?
Damn.
Heading back to the True Strike.
Can we go to the other
I'm
bookstore?
keeping that low key.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to look for?
Is there anything you want to
I'm
look for?
just gonna scan for books, see if I can find something that might relate to this big crystal thing.
Oh,
Because we still have one.
so you
I still have one.
you do find. I'm not gonna make you roll investigation for this one. You do find quite a few books on, like gems and gem cutting and geodes and crystals and stuff that seem to relate to the subject. You pile them up on top, in like a little corner of the bookstore, and you start flipping through, and you it's a very basic table of contents. Okay, flip to this page. Nope, toss that book. Table of contents. Flip to this page. Nope, toss. You go through about 6 books like this.
Nothing.
You see a lot of books that talk about opals or crystals and stuff that seem to kind of fit the description, but nothing that's dead on. And you're just I'm getting a lot of maybes, but not a lot of yeses.
Well, fucking close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades there, so...
You put back the books, bid the bookstore lady a good day. Kind of defeated in your search.
There will always be more books.
There always is more books. It's always a big fish. Anything else? No?
Should we go to the general store and restock?
We didn't use much.
Yeah,
I mean, really, we didn't. We hunted our own food, then ate theirs, so we didn't burn any rations.
Yeah, pretty
or nothing.
much.
We kind of
After fully stocking yourselves on
we're
rations,
still fully stocked,
and whatever
so.
else you need, you ended up not eating any of your rations.
So we're actually doing real good. I'm real proud of us.
Had found a deer going there, a deer coming back, and a pot of stew waiting for you.
So
Didn't use any bolts.
No.
We're living it.
Yeah.
I crit the deer, poor thing.
That poor deer.
They got obliterated. No. I'm just gonna wait for him back at the end. We'll split up the money evenly and.
So you meet back at the True Strike Inn. Everybody, you already have a table waiting. Morzog is sitting there, and he's sitting in the in one of the chairs, and he can kind of see the rest. You can kind of see the rest of the tavern as you pour out your bounty of gold. And a couple people kind of give you a look like, ooh, look at all that gold. But then you immediately give them a glare, and they're like, oh, never mind.
Nope, fuck this shit, don't get paid enough.
As you sit there counting out, divvying it up into however you want to divvy it up.
It's 30 apiece.
30 apiece? Okay, everybody gets 30 gold apiece. Good job on your hunt, everybody. Good job.
Back in the triple digits. We live in it.
Yeah. We'll get there eventually.
It'll ride.
Yeah.
So, as everybody comes back and sits down after their different excursions throughout the city, you were each given a small little pile of gold by Morzog that you add to your inventory, and are 30 gold richer. The tavern is not bustling like it was before, where it was just packed full of people. Now, it seems to be kind of the regulars. There's a couple of dwarves off at the bar that are conversing, what you can tell from about work, and laughing and joking with each other, and they slam mugs together and are downing cups of ale as fast as they can. A couple other people are sitting at a table talking, just leisurely sipping a drink. Y'all still have rooms here? Is there anything you guys want to talk about, or did you just...
I need you for tomorrow.
Okay.
You're coming with me in the investigation of this guy.
Gotcha. Yes, sir.
Mr. Charisma.
Well, Zone of Truth.
Zone of
Truth.
I know he has it, so he's coming with me. To look into this. You're all, rest of you, welcome to come, but at the very least, I need Wayfair with me tomorrow.
I can do that.
I'm a little peeved about the fucking clockwork things. I think I'm gonna go watch him squirm a bit.
That's fair.
Walter's a very petty human being.
I'm just along for the ride.
And
then I go to a corner and I start playing. I put my cap out, on the
again.
floor, and I start just strumming my harp like I did last time.
The gold.
You don't actually... Do you wear a hat?
I assumed.
It's up to you.
Well, no, okay. I guess I don't wear a hat because I have horns.
You don't wear a hat.
We can make holes.
You don't wear a hat, but as you walk over to the corner, you reach into your bag and you have a crumpled top hat that you kind of...
I was just gonna dump somebody's mug out instead of just walk by
Let's
a
not
table,
start a bar fight.
Right there. I'll set a gold shilling down or whatever. Just plop it on their table.
Okay, so you walk over to these two human gentlemen that are just sitting conversing about something. You don't really pay too much attention. You just grab one of their mugs, dump it out on the floor, toss a coin to him, and he's just like, "What?" At first, he goes from, "Hey, what the fuck?" Thanks. And, waves down the barmaid and immediately orders another drink. You put the cup down in front of you, kind of step on a stool, and start playing your harp. What are you singing about? Or talking about?
Actually, what I want to do with this song is I want to start one of those, well, I don't really know how to describe it. Like those drunken fighting songs, you know how the big group of drunk people get together and they start swaying and singing and throwing their cups up in the air. That kind of thing. Okay. I want to start getting one of those things.
Beer, tiddly beer.
Yeah, basically, I want a big old drinking song to get everybody in the mood and all jaunty and together. And
so you play a couple of beautiful notes on your harp as it kind of draws the attention of a couple of people. As you see eyes start looking toward you, you put the harp into your sack and pull out a lute and give it a couple of big strums and start singing along to a song, and everybody catches the tune and starts bouncing along, and the dwarves in the corner are slapping their cups together, singing with you. Make a performance check.
17.
That'll work.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Yeet. Yeet. Ah!
Yo.
He yeeted too hard.
I did.
Too much eat, not enough Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
You get 8 silver and 4 copper thrown at you, tossed into your cup. As everybody is singing along with your song and banging cups together, everybody's down in drinks. Even the barmaid behind the bar is kind of like, kind of strumming along to it and is pouring drinks as fast as she can and trying to keep everybody nice and lubricated.
Okay.
You enjoy a fun night of song and drink. And as everything seems to wind down, and now the patrons have drank themselves stupid, and a couple of them are just laying stop where they drop. The night kind of comes to an end, and everybody somehow finds their way up to their rooms.
Before that, though, I just want to slip those 4 copper pieces to the barmaid for being such a good sport during all
Sure.
that rabble-rousing.
Yay, no change.
No change.
No change.
You search through your cup and you're like, ooh, silver, and you toss that in your bag and you pull out the copper and leave it on the thing, and as she's wiping down a couple of cups, she puts them down to dry and swipes up the 4 copper and gives you a wink and sends you up to your room.
Oh, don't wake at me. Not this close
Every-
at night.
Everybody, after many drinks, are kind of stumbling up, and you find your way to your doors and just kind of flop down on your beds, eager for a night where you can sleep in, as you know that you have something you have to do, but you got time. Everybody wakes up and gets ready for the day. All of you gather together and start heading toward the Castle Whitestone. The beautiful snow white gleaming bastion of rulership over the city. You make your way in and are stopped by the guards, but upon stating your business and who it is exactly had told you to come here in the first place, you are greeted with Percival again, in the same office you were before. Thank you all for coming. Let me show you to where we are keeping him.
When's but my down?
As you guys are walking through the halls, he tells you that his name is Durin. He is scared, still rattled, even though it's been a couple days. We've been keeping him down in the dungeons and keeping him as comfortable as possible, but I wish you luck. He takes you down to a small hallway with a few cells in it, and inside is the man you had seen before. His suit now kind of tattered up as he has been trying to keep himself comfortable. The jacket's thrown off to the side, and the undershirt is unbuttoned at the top, the bow tie tossed aside. His what hair he has is kind of in disarray. And there's an empty food tray.
Is this the cat you want me to use the Zone of Truth on?
Mm-hmm. We'll lead with that.
Alright, yeah, so I cast Zone of Truth.
Okay.
Walking
60
in.
foot's big enough. Is anybody knowing that he is gonna do this? Is there anybody backing out of it, or are you just staying in it? All right, charisma saving throws from everybody.
I have nothing to hide.
I have nothing to hide because I rolled a 2! Actually, 0!
What did you really?
I rolled a
Jesus.
2, negative 2.
What did you? What's your spell save DC?
14.
14. Okay, so because of the nature of the spell, what did you two get?
I didn't really think. I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
I mean, I have nothing to hide, but I still rolled just for funsies.
Yeah, I got nothing
I
to add,
mean-
but might as well roll it up, right?
I got a 16 and
I also got a
21.
16.
No, what's that?
Okay, so as
Plus my-
as per nature of the spell, you
What is
cast
it?
Zone of
my
Truth,
charisma.
and you
Plus
can
2,
tell who
maybe.
passes and who fails. As soon as the spell touches Morzog, you just immediately feel a give. But as it touches Note and Walter and Durin, there's a resistance.
Doran passed the saving throw, huh? That's unfortunate.
Well,
Time for the opposite of hospitality.
No, we're going to leave the hospitality for at least a few minutes here. I mean, we're no ill intent towards him. We're trying to figure out who he was talking to. Is all
I
we
have
wanna
slight
know.
ill intent.
No ill intent.
Percival unlocks the cell door for you and pushes it open. Motions you in.
Did Percy back out of the 60-foot zone?
You
Roll it.
Percy passed.
Bullshit.
You as soon as it hits him, you feel like an iron wall.
Had to ask.
Level 20 fighter, high wisdom.
Yeah.
Rolls a 1. Oh.
Yeah, rolls a 1. Percy, I got questions.
I got a question.
Well, I guess we're going to ask him how he came about, how this little venture started. Start from the beginning.
So you go in, and he looks up. His eyes are kind of bloodshot from probably lack of sleep or crying or both.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want? I've already given everything I can.
Yeah, we're just here to make sure that's true. I mean, we would like to hear the recount of your story from the beginning, if you don't mind.
He he starts rubbing his hands like he's almost trying to pop his knuckles, but they're not popping.
Mm-hmm.
I met the guy in Iman. He showed up in a ship, took me on board the ship, showed me his clockwork men. We loaded them onto a cart, brought them to Whitestone.
Do we know the name of the ship?
I don't remember the name.
do you know where it came from?
No.
Or was it... What kind of ship was it? Was it a big cargo kind of sailing ship? Was it small crewed? Heavily crewed?
It was decent.
Decent. Medium size, small ship, large ship.
2 masts.
2 masts. There's a start. Color of the sails.
White.
Just general white. Okay. What did the man you looked like? Did you get his name?
He never did. I always just called him the. He introduced himself as the clockmaker.
Did he have any kind of accent?
Not really.
What did this man look like?
Hard telling.
Well, you
He
met
always
him.
came-
I need color.
He always came hooded.
Okay,
every
height.
time.
How tall was he? Was he taller than you? Taller than me.
He he stands up, compares himself to you, and goes, little shorter than me. He's about 5'10"ish,
Okay. So,
a little shorter than me.
decent shape, kind of portly, thin.
Skinny, I think. His hands were bony.
Skin color? You've seen his hands. Skin color?
He shows you his hand. He's Caucasian, so
Okay.
he just shows you his hands and wiggles his fingers.
Okay. How long ago did you meet him? When did you first meet him in Amman?
Week and a half ago,
Okay. So about 10 days-ish.
ish.
And it was just, you went on the boat, and then just, he showed you the inventory, and then you took it off the boat, or did you leave
He
and go
kept
anywhere
everything
else?
covered. Everything was super.
I know, but I'm
secret.
saying, did you leave Amman at any point in time? I know you said you met him there,
Oh,
but
yeah.
did you sail? Where did you sail to? Here?
I'm-
Where?
I'm from here.
Mm-hmm.
I live in Western,
Okay.
and I was given a job opportunity to. They hired me.
Where did they approach you? How did they find you?
I was approached by another guy. Gnomish man. He was a gnomish gentleman that looked like he came from money. He wore nice clothes. He approached me. I've been trying to build my business back up ever since the dragon attack 5 years ago. But
Of course. Did he approach you at your point of business, or was this after hours on the street?
my point of business has been rubble ever since, and I
Well.
don't have the kind of coin to.
So
be able to
no
put it
brick and
back.
mortar location for you. Okay.
Not anymore. Well,
So where were you approached?
he approached me in what was left of my home.
So he just randomly showed up to your house. Fair enough.
I've been living in a small hut compared to the home that I actually owned. It's been 5 years, and I've just been trying to build up enough money to put myself back on my feet.
Do we know the general area of his house? Where did he say he lived at again?
Western.
Yeah, that's right.
You recall 5 years ago hearing about dragon attacks
Yeah.
happening over in Taldorei. You do know that there was one dragon attack in Wildmount. You, being in the service, had known that there was a dragon attack in Draconia. The floating island had been put down, came down to Earth. The Draconians that live there wiped. Some Draconians still exist. They're just scattered. People who have relocated and either found abodes elsewhere or work elsewhere. But you being in the service, you had been put on high alert and
With the
watching
attacks.
for a white dragon that might make its way to Jorhas, and it never came.
Trying to think if there's anything else we need to ask him while we're here. Anybody got any other questions we need to ask him while we're here? Anything else anyone thinks we should know?
How do the automatons get turned on? Like, is it just by order, or is it...
Yeah, is it a verbal command to turn on the automatons? Is it a physical? Is it a... Do they magically power on themselves?
Do they have control rods like golems?
So he at the mention of the at the mention of this, he just kind of shakes his head. He's like, look, I've got a knack for business. I'm not a very smart man though. I have no idea how these things work.
I don't need to know how they work. I want to know how you got them to do what you wanted to do for even the show.
He gave me the instructions.
Oh, well, what were the
Do
instructions?
you have the instructions?
I was told it wasn't on paper. I was told to point at something and say lift, or say
Okay.
protect, or to
that's
say
okay.
like simple commands. It
Cool.
was one word.
Anything helps. We appreciate your help.
Did he tell you if anybody could give it a
Are you
verbal
sure your
command?
charisma's only...
Or
Yeah,
is
I'm
it
trying not
just-
to be too brash.
Never said.
Never said.
He's being very forthcoming. He looks like the kind of guy who has been. He feels like he might be a little in over his head and not exactly knowing what he got into,
Mm-hmm.
and is just scared. So he's just trying to give you every information he can so that maybe he can try and go home.
Trying to use military experience here to kind of just get the information I need and get out.
What was the exact nature of the deal? What were you offered? What did they get out of it? What were you paid to do this?
I was given
How much would the clockwork things have costed if somebody bought one? You said you said this fella comes from money. I want to know how much.
I was given 50 gold up front. 3 automatons on a wagon that I was to transport to Whitestone and show off.
So,
After waiting for a while, he had finally showed up with the shipment, giving me my gold, gave me my automatons, and I brought them here. I was told how to work them, how to display them. I made up the speech on my own.
Where were you supposed to meet him to return them if you didn't sell them?
They weren't for sale.
They were just for show?
They were for show.
Okay, well then where were you supposed to give them back to?
I
You wasn't supposed to keep them, I'm sure.
I was supposed to... Kiara.
Blade is being a prick.
Yeah, I know. That's normal. I was supposed to take them back to... I was supposed to take them back to Amon.
When? How quickly? Because we know this. You were, I'm sure, supposed to return them.
He said when I'm done.
Well, then how are you supposed to contact him to let him know that you were done?
He squints. Scratches the stubble. He never said.
was there...
It's so adorable that you raise your
Yeah.
hand.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be
Everybody
like
else is
commanding
talking and
that,
asking
you know.
questions, and you're just like, my turn.
Looking in the back.
Well, I prefer not to.
It's very courteous of you, thank you, but
Also, I do apologize for not role-playing my switch,
It's-
because even doing one high to low immediately starts to give you a headache.
that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Did he have more?
I didn't see any more. I was brought aboard this large ship and given 3 humanoid figures. It seemed a little much.
Okay.
Like it was a fairly large ship, double mast. But
So, what was the point of you showing the automatons if not to sell it?
he just told me to show.
Told you to show.
Test
Told me
run.
to show him off,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
no
interest, build
price
interest
point.
kind of thing.
gain people's attention.
I want to send the guard to go bring Percy back.
You poke your head out and you get ready to say something to the guard, only to look past his shoulder, and Percy is actually at the corner, a few cells away, like right next to the staircase. He has his own journal open and is writing down everything he's hearing.
I want to leave the cell and go have a conversation with Percy.
Sure. You walk over and he finishes off his writing and closes it, puts the quill inside to Mark, and puts the satchel or puts the book under his arm. It's a little more than what he told us, but
I want
much
him
all the
released into my custody.
into your custody.
Into my custody.
Heading back to Amon.
Heading back to Amon. The only way to get this guy to come out, obviously, is for him to return and pretend that he has what he has.
We still have a lot of the pieces of the automatons. So
Think we can put them together like an armor rack kind of thing? Mannequins. I mean, they don't. I'm sure they don't have to be powered up to work. You just have to have them there to get them there. But that's probably the only lead we have here. He don't know a lot, but he's going to be our only contact to this guy. We can't just let him walk, and then we're out. It's a cold case.
You seem to be pretty invested in this,
Well, I don't
I
like
think-
being attacked.
and and I thank you for all that you're doing. We can give you the automatons, the pieces of them that we have. I have kind of reassembled them.
They don't have to work. They just have to look the same. They just have to.
Don't
I mean,
work. You made doubly sure of that. I wasn't able to put one of the chests back together.
we'll cover them. It'll
But-
be all right.
We can give you a wagon. We still have his wagon. We can give you that one.
Okay.
We'll give you a horse.
God, I'm bad with names. What's that guy's name again?
Durin.
Durin. I knew that. I'm bad with names.
We can give you a horse, transportation, and anything that you find out, I would like to know. If you discover anything about these...
Of course, it'll be a joint
crystals.
venture. I mean...
Like I said, I have favors that I'm calling in to dive deeper into investigation of this. And I have some friends. So...
Alright, well, as soon as you're willing to release him to us, we'll probably spend one more night here, then be on our way. I mean, we don't want to have his contact, whoever thinking he done shafted him, and we need to try to get back to him on as fast as we can after the show. I know it's been a day or two since it's ended, and I'm sure he's waiting.
Can we hear this?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah,
would
he tried to be
suggest,
quiet, so.
we should also make sure that Duran is willing to cooperate and isn't going to look at.
I'll tie his ass up. I don't care.
He books he's gonna get shot.
Are you
There you
saying
go.
that?
Yes.
He, as you say this, he immediately is like, I don't have anywhere to go. I was going to use all of the money that was given to me for the job to bring my life back together. I mean, the gold that I was given will probably get me a house, but the gold that I was promised would have given me my business back.
What were you promised?
I was promised double this after.
Well, then go get your money. Go get your money, and
You got your 50 gold. You at least got your house.
we'll
You
get
come with us. We'll see what we can do about helping you
I
out.
mean, I'm not gonna run. I want to see this.
I'm sure, but
I
we're
wanna
not going to just
Most people who say they're not going
I want an
run
insight.
usually run.
You want an insight?
I want an insight.
Sure.
Just on the off chance he's being a dick. 17.
17. He seems honest.
Okay. I think we'll, if it's okay with Percy, we'll take.
Come back tomorrow. We'll have him cleaned up and ready to go, and release him into your custody.
Okay. Yay!
Yeah.
An escort quest. Those are always the funnest.
Guilty.
Okay.
Question. Could one of them be, since they're going to go on a cart anyway and probably wrapped up, you don't just throw them on a cart and be like, could we have you keep one and make a fake, like with a mannequin and so it's the same height, and because if someone's waiting for them to come back.
I mean, as soon as they
there's-
open them, they're gonna know they're gonna be broke anyway. So,
Well, yeah.
I mean, we might as well keep one for research.
They're probably the least
I have suits of
damaged.
armor lining this castle that, honestly, I have no use for.
That works for me.
And you know a lovely lady
Yeah.
who can possibly help.
If need be.
You guys had noticed as you walk through the halls, there are multiple places in the castle where you see like paintings of like just nice scenery, family members.
Old
that-
money.
Yeah, that you have never seen before. Never seen before, and different suits of armor, all of them ornamental.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all. That's
My phone's over there, babe.
all I need for now. If anyone has any other questions while we're here,
Nope.
I mean,
He is thank you. I've given you all that I can, and I hope that I can give you whatever I get from these guys if they give me my money.
oh, I'm not in this one for the money. This one's more personal.
Holding a grudge.
Holding
Act
a
once,
grudge.
holding a grudge.
Yep.
Petty. Petty.
Being well, I mean, if you were attacked, wouldn't you like to see? You know,
We were attacked.
I know retribution.
So he just keeps thanking you. They, escort you guys out of the cell, close them back up, and escort you guys back out. All the while, Percy's telling you, whatever you find out, be sure to, find out all that you can. You can report back to me. We'll be doing our research here, and we would love to know what's going on.
So, communication-wise between city to city, is this like send a bird?
Until I know sending, yes.
Oh, God.
What level do I get sending?
I'm not sure.
Come on, look.
Pretty much.
think
You
it's
know that
third.
there's a runner system, like people you can give packages or letters to, and they go from town to town. You also know that some people do have trained birds that send letters. I mean, not very often, but they do.
How far is Amon from here? From where we're at?
So here is
Because
Whitestone.
I'm far away from map, so
So
this is more their reference than
if,
mine.
if everyone wants to pay attention, Whitestone is right here. This big purple dot up far north. Amon is down here.
Oh lord,
So we're gonna do a loop the loop.
we're making a trek.
It is a hell of this is. Make sure I have my names right. So
You need to tell me this feller
As
from
you-
there to there without getting mugged.
as you coast down here, right about here is the Turst Fields, which you guys would have passed by. Drina is down over here where you're from. This lake right here, that's you. This is Western. Kymel, Iman.
Would it be faster to sail or ride?
Probably right, because that's all around.
It is, but less places to be fucked with.
Well,
than
actually,
water.
the map that's drawn here is a little
wonky.
wonky. This whole part right here, like all of these mountains, they actually haven't been really explored.
Okay, that's safe.
Right? This is in the wrong position. That's Craghammer. It actually goes up here.
7 shit. Okay.
It actually goes up here and is a little ways from him on. But yeah.
13. Damn.
You know for a fact, the frigid depths up here, they don't get their name to be intimidating or anything. It's fucking cold.
It's cold.
At which, as you guys have been in Whitestone, it's pretty frigid. Like, about every other day is just a light peppering of snow, even if it is in spring. You are far north.
Well, I mean, he got him here. I'm sure we can get him back. I mean,
And
he's
there
made the trip
are,
once.
main roads that are semi-protected the closer you get to cities. Going through on your own is pretty much at your own risk.
Yeah.
Trying to, for a fact that trying to cut corners and go through forests is dangerous. I mean, who knows what you'll find in there, but it's dangerous.
Well, he's made the trip. I'm sure we can make it back. So, we'll obviously go by horseback. I ain't got nothing to do the rest of the day, so that was pretty much my...
So we have one of these clockwork things, and it's put together.
There should be 3.
You have
Well,
two.
2.
Two.
Percy kept
One apparently is being kept.
I'm gonna fiddle fuck with one all day.
Sure.
There you go.
You spend
I ain't smart enough. Well,
as
me.
the cart is being prepared. One of the automatons have already been put on there, and they're going off to fetch the other, and they just kind of cover it up in basically a large cloth, like a drape or whatever. You pull one back and spend most of the day. Is everybody else kind of turning in, or are you all chilling?
I want to go get my ruby.
Sure.
Yeah, there you go.
So as you're heading back to town, Walter has pulled one of the drapes off of this automaton and has been basically taking different tools to it. He's gotten a couple of pieces of the armor off and is kind of just fiddling around with the inner workings of the cogs and the gears that are all fiddled together. This one, this one has the crystal that had broken, and it just kind of fell in shards inside. So the tubes inside that were connected to the back of the crystal are no longer attached, and there's shards of it just kind of laying against the back of the armor. There's a series of cogs and gears and different wires and tubes that are all interconnected and woven and intricate throughout this entirety. The design is just that. It's intricate. Like, you're more of a dealing in alchemy with, like, herbs and different ways to make potions and such. And I mean, yeah, you fiddled with some clockwork things, like you've seen a couple of the stopwatches or the pocket watches that have been, all the rage, but this is different. This is difficult and intricate, and you don't even know where to begin. You were able to get some of the armor pieces off, but now you're just staring at this mess that you're just like, look. Pretty much. Like, all of the teeth of all of the cogs and gears seem to, like, intermesh with each other like they're supposed to. There's a couple places where it's a little fucked because some of the gears were missing from the fight. But, like, this is beyond you. While he's doing that, you head down and retrieve your ruby that has now been cut into a nice...
God damn it.
What was that?
Fucking animals.
Scared the shit out of me. Anyway, has been cut into a nice diamond shape. Nice smooth edges. She did a really good job. You got your money's worth.
Hell yeah. And then
It's definitely smaller than it was because she has to take away all the imperfections and whatnot.
And then to seal the deal, I slapped my tail in her hand and gave it a nice firm shake.
Give her a nice firm handshake with your tail.
I don't touch people's hands.
I feel like I'm going to throw him by his tail before this adventure is over.
Probably. It's a useful extension.
I showed him how much I could push and carry, so...
What was about the size of a baseball, it's probably about half that size now.
Okay.
So you can still fit it in your hand, but it's definitely smaller than it was.
Decent. That's fine. Okay, then I slipped that in my pocket. Nobody else knows I got it.
Sure. Anybody else? Walter, after messing with that all day, once the evening starts coming to a close and it starts getting dark, you have poked and prodded literally all you can. You fit the armor back into the place that it's supposed to go. You get about halfway to putting it on, screw one of the bolts in, and then you're just like, hand sitting right, bolt, done. Throw the drape back over, walk away. You don't really learn anything new as you've poked this thing from its clavicle to its hip, and you're just like, I have no fucking clue.
Kick the thing, fucking piece of shit.
Bucket of bolts.
And start heading back into town.
Is the expo still going on?
Is what?
The expo from the other day?
Oh no, the expo's cleared out.
Oh.
Everybody that was there that basically packed the city, they've all packed up and left.
As it happens, 3 giant clockwork things trying to murder people tends to put a real damper on the celebration.
Yeah, it really kind of ruins the parade.
Couldn't figure as to why.
Yeah.
Nothing?
I ain't got nothing to do.
Y'all head back to the inn and reconvene. You converse about the day's happenings and, you know, talk
Nighty
about
night
what was
time.
talked about with Durin and head back up to your rooms and settle in for the night.
Where is Durin?
He's locked up until we retrieve him tomorrow morning.
Okay.
He's spending one more night in jail. I'm sure he really appreciates it. But
You guys wake up in the
we're
morning.
gonna have to rent horses again. Some
Percival said that he would give those to you.
Ah.
And the cart.
So, you wake up in the morning, and Percival actually meets you out by the square where the sun tree is, and ensures you that everything has been left for you at the gate. I hope you all had a good night's rest, as it is a long trip back.
Before we go,
Mhm.
can I reach any of the leaves on the sun tree? I just want one to put.
Can't
put it
you
in my
fly?
No, that's the
Can
whole,
I throw you?
You can throw me, but that's the thing is the can't
Yeah,
fly.
I will,
I can throw her.
as Percy's talking, I'll give you... Are you trying to do stealthily, or are you just like running up and trying to grab one?
I just want one a leaf.
Okay. I'll say make an acrobatics check,
Oh.
please.
Whoa.
9 and 5, 14.
14. So, as you look up, you see the leaves of the sun tree that spans the majority of the square are this beautiful golden color. You have no idea how it's made like that, but it's gorgeous. And you're like, I wonder, is it really made of gold? You walk up to the sun tree so that, because you look up and you're like, I'm not tall enough and I can't jump that high, so I'll need a little kickoff. So, as you get closer to the sun tree, you can feel a warmth almost radiating from it. But you're at this point, you're like a couple feet from it, and you kind of get a little speed jog up, put your claw into the tree itself. It doesn't really harm it, and push off of it, reach, and you touch like the edge, and then you fall back down to your feet.
Mage hand. I just reach up and grab one.
So
I forgot I had that.
after jumping for it, you're just like,
Oh yeah.
what are you doing? You wave your hand a little bit, and an extension kind of pulls off of your hand into this illusory form of your own hand. As it goes up, grabs a leaf, picks it off, and brings it back to you.
Okay. And I'm gonna put
Percy
it in
does see, and he doesn't make any noise.
I'm gonna put it in one of my books so it gets pressed.
Sure. As you're holding it, it does have kind of it's not made of gold.
I figured not.
It is a pretty color though, and it feels kind of warm to the touch. You place it in your book, slam the book shut. Percy doesn't make any notion of it. He sees it and he's just like, meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he informs you that Durin has been waiting by the gate with the cart and the horses that will get you back to him on. You've been given supplies to keep up with the horses.
Okay.
What kind of cart is it? Is it a covered cart? Is it an open wagon?
Well, as you're being taken over to where the cart is a fairly big size covered cart. You were only given a couple of horses, as there is plenty of room inside of the cart to ride in.
You fail
If you
to
so
ford the
chose.
river.
You look inside the cart and you do see 3 humanoid shapes that are draped over. You look under two of them, automatons. Look under one of them, and it's just a suit of armor that Percy has just thrown under there. And
About the same size and shape, so close as you can get to it.
The gates are open. Guards are standing there. You're given a few horses. Who wants to ride? Who wants to
Right.
ride? Who wants to be in a cart? Who wants to be on a horse?
Called
Cart.
Heart.
Somebody needs to drive the cart.
Well, I figured Durin who drives the cart.
Durin is he's cleaned up. Looks like he's been given a bath and change of clothes. He's now in just kind of more simple garb because his other stuff was kind of mangled. Looks like he's in better spirits a little bit.
I say he drove it here. He can drive it back.
You mentioned something about him driving the cart, and he's like, "Yeah, sure." So hops in the driver's seat and grabs the reins and is waiting on you. Who
I mean,
wants
I got
to-
a horse, so
You want a horse?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There's two horses and then the cart.
I guess I'll take the other horse then.
So Walter and
Mhm.
take a horse, which means Wayfarer and Note are in the cart.
You want lead or behind? We'll put the cart in the middle.
Oh, you take the front.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is a 2-horse cart or 1-horse cart?
2-horse cart.
Okay.
So you guys get into formation and start off outside of the gates of Whitestone.
We have our heading.
Percy bids you good luck, farewell, and I hope to hear from you again. With a flick of the reins and a little kick to their side, they are put on a heading, and you are now outside of the gates of Whitestone, on the roads, through the Parchwood, on your way to Iman.
Woot!
I will say that is a good place for us to quit for the night.
Yes, it is.
So
Nap.
Yeah.
that was a good session, everybody. Great job. I hope that everybody enjoyed themselves. We'll be back next Saturday
Same time.
with the rest of our adventure as the party now heads to Amon to uncover the secrets of the automaton dealer and what exactly is, or who exactly is behind this. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.